Hello and welcome to APL 35v35. We've got Helios, we've got the law firm TLF today. Should be a good match. We're playing on St. Marie du Mont, but I've got a couple of special guests with me today, which is going to be very fun. I've got a new WCH member, Honey Badger. Say hello.
Hello, stream. How are we doing today?
Hey, and I've got a second special guest. Oh, we're getting lucky today. I've got a famous Helios member, TT. Say hello, TT.
Hello.
Hey. So, what are we thinking today then? We've got St. Marie du Mont. What's our point, Honey Badger? What are we playing on today?
We are playing on AA Network.
Oh, the best of the points. My favourite. What do we think then? Opening cap. Who's this going to go to? Who does this favour off the opening rip? Honey.
Should be the Axis. It should be, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
decided.
we've got Helios playing as the Axis today. TT, do you agree?
Yeah, definitely the Axis should be the first ones to cap.
Yeah, nice. So what we're going to do is because we're very lucky today, just when this wall drops, we're actually going to hop into map view because we're going to be able to see both maps today, which is going to be great. I don't actually have my drawing tools, and I'm not going to. It doesn't matter actually because I can't draw on the map today anyway, really. So that's fine. It's going to be okay. What we're going to do is we're going to hop into map view now, Honey Badger, because you're going to be our caster today. I've got a lovely grey screen from you right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, uh-oh. Come on, Discord. Don't do it to me. There we go. We're good. Oh, it's flicking in and out. This is not good. This is always fun when we get technical difficulties. That's okay. I think we've got it. We're there. So let's have a look at the opening then, because this is going to be an interesting one actually. TLF, we know they've got the wheel of strats, which decides how they're going to play each cap. Last week they played BKG on Foy, and the wheel of strats said tanks only in the strong point. Otherwise, they've got to play for a recap, which made a really interesting start because actually the tanks did really good work in the center, and actually it gave them sort of longer lasting power in there. For this one though, I'm not too sure. This is going to be interesting. Is that the commander on top of the supply truck there, Honey Badger? It is, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if their wheel of strat today, because this is going to be fun, because we've got to try and kind of guess what their wheel of strat is. Wonder whether it could be like commander isn't allowed in supply trucks or something like that. Like, it'll be interesting. Opening rip though, I mean, Helios starting nice and narrow. Everyone within the cap sector, which is great. They're running a couple of tanks in. No additional spawns by the looks of things. Just it looks like just the initial three. There. Rockets flying in. I'm going to switch over to my screen now as I've got a nice little view over the point. Rockets flying in. Actually, I did actually catch the Stuart coming in there for TLF. So the initial rockets were very, very well timed by Helios here. They've got infantry into the point. The Stuart goes down early doors. So actually, Five Ways totally under the control of Helios. No contest whatsoever on that front. Within the point, Helios have got most control here. We've got 13-year-old depressed kid and his crew, Lewis Little's squad there. But they're just getting rinsed by MGs and all sorts of fire here in this point. TT, what's your thought on this initial cap?
Yeah, I mean, you really need to control 5 points if you want to maintain the first cap of the A network. So what Helios should be doing now is pushing towards Gardens to try and get some pressure on a breakout batter.
Absolutely. And we're starting to see that from Bones' squad here as well. Actually winning gunfights to push all the way through. Honey Badger, what have TLF got going on? Because I'm going to be honest with you, not a lot of them on the map.
Yeah, no, there's they have one Stuart in the trench line right outside AA Network hard cap. They have it looks like they have one squad right next to that Stuart. And just 2 OPs to the northeast of AA, and that's really it for sector control right now.
Yeah, so really
There's
not a lot
out by Pierre's farm, and it looks like they're going to be coming in from the east.
Yeah, so taking a look, so we've got Novas from STDB there coming through. He's trying to get all the way around the outside. He does have some backup in the form of a couple of players of infantry there. Hopefully they'll be able to make a little bit of an impact, but Helios actually very well set up here to defend against that, I would say.
We've got this Greyhound coming in from the back.
Oh, whereabouts is this
F7.
Greyhound, Honey Badger? If you want to find that for us, we'll see if we can get it on your screen. Oh, the frame rate is low. It's fine. It's worth it. It's worth it. So it's right in the backfield then, coming through. So who have we got in that? Deshuna and... Is that Fruntan in there? Fruntan. This is a classic Fruntan play, to be honest with you, in that recon tank. He's well known for this. That low frame rate, though, is killing me. So we're going to spend as little time as we can on Honey Badger's side. Heidi is still alive in this point, which is amusing. Is he actually just like laying down there, role playing? I think he is. You know, he's just chilling out. Stuart's starting to get rattled by that Lux now at this stage. Explosion in the rear of the point.
Greyhound
good
goes
rocket
down,
shot onto the Greyhound. The Greyhound goes down in the back line. The
So that's
Stuart's
just-
still alive.
Oh, and the Lux goes down. And then the
Stuart
Stuart
goes down as
follows
well.
straight up. Sith doing a great job here. 2 tanks within a minute there from him. Really, really nice play indeed. Oh, we've got a truck stuck. Oh, we've got a tank stuck. Storming Mormon and Black Sky have got the Lux stuck in the middle of the point. They've just driven straight into the ditch. They're going to need to give that one up, I think. I don't think that's going to work. That's not the play. So they've got a stationary Lux inside the point. It gives them a little bit of safety, I suppose, if they want to have some cap pressure, they can get inside that Lux. But otherwise, they're going to need to get rid of that as soon as they can. Out on this western side, we've got a couple of squad leaders coming through. Flick's trying to defend against it, as is Peace and W Knight. Lewis Little and Doctor are the ones pushing here. Flick kind of has an idea that there's people around. Just don't think he knows fully where. But actually, with Doctor and Lewis Lit, coming from Hill towards Five Ways, this could get a little bit spicy for them, actually, because this is going to be dangerous. If they lose control of Five Ways, there could be a bit of a stream of players coming in. Now, we've just seen a tank go down.
Stuart just went down to Wix & Co.'s P4. They're at the top of hockey sticks.
Yeah, and then they've just taken a shot against them from somewhere far away. Don't see what tank engaged them there, but they're now starting to back off. I think they're a little bit concerned by infantry presence around them. Let's take a look. I'm just going to take a look at the maps a quick second, Honey Badger, if we can. Pretty please.
Yep.
There we go.
Map is up.
In terms of the setup from TLF, they've definitely got potential for recap. There's no doubt about that, because Helios have not particularly been successful in pushing out, and in fact the garrison inside of Five Ways is now locked, and that's going to be Doctor on top of that, and it goes down there. And this is starting to look a little bit spicy for Helios, who do not have a garrison network at all for AA network. They've totally lost this eastern side. It's been completely wiped by Novas and crew. And they're starting to lose the western side a little bit. With a couple of squads having pushed out, they're now losing a lot of control here. We'll have to see. It doesn't seem like Helios have many outposts set up at this stage. I don't know. It just feels like they're not particularly well prepped, and they're kind of stuck within the wheat field, just behind the point here. So we're going to pop back down towards this wheat field just to see what this looks like for them, because actually Helios has got a lot of players in there. We see Nez up in the grain feeder. He should be able to defend. If he doesn't get picked off, he should be able to defend any approaches coming in from Grilled, from Doctor, from Super. Honey Badger, what are you thinking right now? Are you concerned for Helios at all, or...?
Yes, because now they've isolated this P4 all by themselves. The law firm has a good presence inside gardens, and you see this squad from the law firm get into 5 points, take down that garrison, and they're really containing Helios into the hard cap, the hard point of the AA network.
Yeah, and it's only the one squad actually out on this western side, so they're not getting too many players in. At this point, I mean, TLF, who knows what they're doing? Let's be honest, they're not. I hesitate to call them a proper team. If this was a proper team, I think Helios would have been made to pay a little bit here. Big spawn wave comes in on this western side now. Actually, Heidi, Parole Train, Superb, Grilled, Wearoy, a lot of good players in here. Now starting to push up against W Knight's outpost, and they could be. Wow, they're in danger because they are going to lose 5 ways here, and by the looks of things, they've totally lost Gardens at this stage as well. So no presence within 5 ways. The only hope they've got is Flig coming through here from the western side from his outpost, but he's about to get reflanked as well by Sue These Nuts regardless. So I think they're going to get totally squeezed out of the west. At this point, and that's gonna be really quite dangerous here. TT, how would you fix this for Helios at this stage? What would you be looking at?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
It's difficult.
I mean, it seems they've been completely locked in at the strong point, so I think they just might seek a set up for the retake here, in all honesty. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the play, to be honest with you, is just try and get a couple of squad leaders out wide and just try and take these wide areas back, because as you say, that then at least allows you to play for a little bit of recap if that's required, you know. Hopefully it won't be for them. They're hoping that potentially they can just push out and grab a little bit of land, because the northern side of AA network just below us here does look okay. They've not been pushed back here. It does feel like TLF are holding back on this side just a little bit and putting as much as they can onto the east and the west here. Got Alexei Lawsuit up on the rooftop here. He's going to be firing into the point. Should be able to cover off a lot of the reinforcements here. Firing on towards Ginger, taking him down. Peace and Surge may be up next, or Braz if he looks to try and cross as well. Got a big open field push here from Heidi and Lewis Lit. And they're going to make it. There's no one to cover this. And they're just going to push straight front door here. And Helios, they're in a little bit of trouble. If Lewis Lit, I mean, he's getting his outpost. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, Peace is the last squad leader in or around 5 points right now. He needs to stay alive, get his OP up, get some spawn ways, get some friends around. But he's absolutely surrounded by, it looks like about 7 or 8 law firm members, and like you said, Heidi's knocking in and his squad is walking in front door.
Yeah, so Peace has got his outpost up just at the bottom of the field. If we take a look here, we can see Peace is just by my mouse cursor here, and his outpost is in the middle of the wheat field. Peace goes down there though, and this is looking really, really bad for Helios here. Front doors totally collapsed. They've lost 5 ways. And even on, if we fly across to this eastern side, because we really haven't paid any attention to this, we've got Novas very slowly pushing Confused and his squad back. Novas is a smart player. He does go down, but his outpost will be alive on this eastern side, and his squad will be able to make some ground up here, because he was all alone. Strong point is starting to fall now as well. Doctor has pushed all the way through. Objection is in the point. Lewis Lit is forward. It's a shame Lewis Lit actually placed his outpost back a little bit. He placed it all the way back in this far trench here, as opposed to just bringing it forward very slightly, which would have allowed them to get a few more players in a little bit quicker into the hard point. But Panda is there. W Knight is there. They've still got some squad leaders around. This point is not totally lost at this stage. A little bit of artillery and a little bit of smart play could do them very well here. Let's take a look at the map very quickly.
We have a 76 rolling up into 5 points here. Looks like he's going to be challenging the Tiger. I don't know whose crew that is. To the south of the point.
I'll take a look at my map. So that is Science Crew with Hagrid and Ducksaws. Yeah. I'm going to just take a quick peek at this from the 76's side. So we've got the TL tank here, looking to challenge a relatively new Helios tank crew, not one we usually see. So we'll see how this goes, as this tank crew
does take one shot,
but they're going to quickly dip out of the way, and that's okay. They are going to survive that and be able to get the repairs up. But that's a good first initial engagement between the heavies there. Pro Bono is in the point, actually, causing a bit of chaos. And again, Helios are just about going to save this for now. Looking at the map, it looks like 5 points could get saved a little bit here with Flig coming in from this western side. They were lucky enough they've got this C7 garrison, which they're able to just come out of and feed all the way round. But what I don't quite understand is why why they've not been building a garrison a little bit wider, try and get something out by dugout on this western side. But take a look at the recon plan so that they can see that what their knowledge is right now. They're definitely thinking that a lot of pressure is going to be coming in front door, and they know there's outposts there, and they've got a mark onto that 76, so it is well and truly penned in there, that 76, and with artillery now dropping on top of it, and she takes down those repairing it.
Yep, does take down one of the crew members, so now this is just a 2-man 76, no spotter, and the infantry from Helios regains 5 points control. And it looks like Sir Flex-a-Lot is a satchel player. Looks like he's going to try to come up, but hiding.
Oh, he goes down. And again, good clever shooting there onto that 76 as it just peaks. That Tiger has been damaged by something. I don't quite know how much it's damaged by. It could just be tracks. But certainly, double reps coming out onto that 76. Oh, we've got a decreed 76. Unbelievable. So Ginger there decreased that 76, and that is going to be a free satchel now. 600 fuel down the drain from that TL crew. Absolute waste. They've honey, you're a tanker. What would you do in that situation? Would you stick in there, or would you try and dip back out again?
So it was unfortunate that they were in a 1v2 there. So it's really hard to disengage, and when your infantry kind of falls apart around you, you're kind of just stuck. He could have tried to reverse out of it and try to isolate one of those one-on-ones, but it was almost one of those spots where he got into cover. The Helios tanks got into a good position to pin him in, and then the infantry kind of collapsed around him. So good play by Helios as a whole team, and the TL tank goes down.
Yeah, it gets rocketed in the back there by Pop-Tart. We seem to have a Jeep coming in from behind on 5 point. Runs over bones.
Love to see that. So here we got. So we've got the commander in the Jeep there. He goes down to Ginger. Ginger having a good day at the office here. Decrew in a 76 taking down that Jeep. This is interesting though. Helios have managed to reclaim a lot of the key areas here, but they've lost their backfield, interestingly. No garrisons around Hamlet at this stage anymore. So they've only got the garrisons within E6 and F6. They're not going to be able to feed in again from the rear unless they come in from D7, which is quite the run. But the Tiger there, from Wix, from Prop, from Sharpie, facing back towards their own HQ, are now actually starting to just defend against that. But we're seeing a big push in from this eastern side now. Novas, Doctor, Lewis Lit, Judge Nitro, they're all coming in from this eastern side, so they feel like this could be potentially the weak point of them. And with one outpost from Helios in the wheat field of doom, I'm not a big fan of that outpost placement as Ryan there goes down. A little Sticky's kind of stuck here with that MG. Does manage to take down Lewis Lit though, and Confused needs to get his outpost out of that wheat field. It is not a fun place to be. But once again though, this TLF team, they're going to be able to walk in that front door. That's free terrain. Bailiff has basically shown them the way through. He's walked all the way through into the point. So, I'm seeing in the chat that my stream is a little bit choppy. So I'm gonna try and fix that very quickly by giving my computer a bit of a rest here. Because I don't think my CPU can handle it too much. So just give me a second. We're not gonna do dual maps for this. I don't think we're gonna try and save this very, very quickly. Hopefully this will be less choppy now. I'll be able to give my CPU a bit of a break. Looks like it's slightly better. Yeah, my CPU basically just can't handle any of the fun things we're doing. Guys, if you want to just fill a little bit of time for me, that'd be good.
Yeah, no, Helios has regained control of 5 points. Now they're challenging the law firm on hockey stick. And they've really secured that whole western side. Unfortunately for Helios, so the law firm is pushing the east. They are pretty deep. They are pushing across those fields, but we're seeing a tiger, and it looks like another medium went down. Yes, another medium went down.
So where was that happening? Sorry.
By Alex lawsuit. Ooh, but we are seeing another medium and an AT gun dueling with, looks like Wix's crew. Yep, and Wix.
I'm seeing a level 2 bunker has been built by Gardens. I'm permanently baffled by that. I don't know how they've even got time to build that bunker up. That's great. I love that. So we do have, so we've got this parole train Shroud of Court Weeroy medium tank off in the distance. Looks like he's being I don't know, he's turning around, going back to his own HQ. Maybe he's had enough of this. But we've got an AT gun here trying to spam out as many shells as they can up against this tiger. So my stream is still just a little bit choppy, so I'm going to see what I can do to fix that. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that'll be better.
Seems we've got #1 bad shooter crawling through the wheat field on the eastern side here.
Oh, and Lewis Litt's going to follow him. I love this. A big fan. Oh, bad shooter goes down as soon as he stands up. Someone paying attention to that wheat field, which is nice. That's Nez. Has a great overlook of this wheat field here.
Lewis Litt still alive, still low crawling. Dodging nades. Pops up.
Goes down to Sparrow.
Gets taken down straight away. Wheatfield of Doom, I'm telling you, you don't want to spend any amount of time in this Wheatfield. I think Confused really needs to give up this Wheatfield at this stage. Just try and go around it. Try and get yourself around it. Let Nez have that oversight of the Wheatfield if possible.
It looks like the other 76, that is Harambe, Grilled, BI something, and Super. Coming up from the north side of Gardens, trying to get over a wall, but having a hard time.
Okay, I'm just very slowly trying to close things on my computer to see if I can save this choppiness of the stream. So forgive me. Keep filling, guys. Keep filling. You're doing great.
Flig hits a really good route through Dugout, and now he's challenging the backside of Gardens, and he's pushing up into hockey stick. It looks like they've dropped a lot of supply boxes here. They are building more level 2 bunkers.
I think they're desperately trying to get that bunker built, but the tiger is pushing them. Scythe, Hagrid, and Ducksaws are a little bit damaged. It looks like that's not track damage either, but they're going to continue just pushing.
Looks like they did take a rocket.
Conan gets the bunker built finally, but the artillery dropping in there, taking down Heidi. They're not gonna be able to push this too easily. We'll have to see how this fight goes, because Helios are now starting to just take a little bit of land here. They've been able to push out the front door as well, and Panda's pushed all the way through now. He's up against Sue These Nuts and #1 bad shooter.
We've got Lewis Little pushing out at the point here again from that eastern wheat field, but it goes down.
Panda's in a little bit of a bad spot here. #1 bad shooter goes down. Sue These Nuts does as well. I tell you what, if Panda, if only he knew, he could take so much land here, because he's got free terrain to take. Absolutely no one in front of him, but I don't think he's had the call that those players have gone down, and he's playing just a little bit cautious here. The tank is doing work as well, starting to hit onto this little
but
compound here.
To interrupt you, Crit, the 76 is moving south down this road. It is going to get a free shot on this Tiger, and the Tiger's barrel is facing the opposite way.
So whereabouts is the
Side
76?
Side shot into the Tiger, and this should be an easy cleanup.
Where are we looking, honey? I can't see where you're looking.
Hagrid, Scythe, and Ducksaw's Tiger on hockey stick just went down.
They've just gone down there. So that's to one of the 76s moving up. You got to give me map coordinates, buddy, because
sorry.
I can't. I can't see your stream.
Good point.
But so the Tiger goes down. It was a bad position from that Tiger, to be fair. Just sat out in the open, no cover, no method of retreat either.
Once again, we've got Calvin Candy running around in a Jeep and E7 on the map.
They are having a lovely time with those
It's
Jeeps.
for a good old joyride.
And that must
Once
be
again.
one of the Wheel of Strats' commander's got to be in a Jeep at all time. This is the thing they do. So with this being a bit of a meme team, they will run like a wheel to decide what they're going to do during the games. So essentially, they don't get to pick what they're going to do at any point. So if the commander's not allowed to be in a Jeep or anything, that's absolutely, or it has to be in a Jeep. That's what they do. But Calvin's just chilling in the point now. They don't have a garrison within the point, so he's not going to find anything there. But he's also not going to trigger anything either. They've got no idea that he's hanging around here. And one outpost goes down.
Burns the no post.
But now we've got a medium tank charging headlong at this Tiger. Propaganda team kills his entire team as he dumps some ammo. But that's medium tank just to this eastern side now has dipped off. He's going to look to try and go round. I think they've got an idea. Wix is paying attention. They should clean this up. Just as this Tiger pokes around this corner here, they should know it's coming. So I don't think this Tiger's going to get caught out. But that 76 doesn't want to peek. Although he is now being chased by Nez, who's got a satchel. He's right on top of it. He goes down, gets run over somehow.
Frontan with the sniper saved medium.
Oh, was it a sniper? Okay, thought he got run over. But this 75 now is just having to play around this one hedgerow, because if he moves anywhere, he is going to go down. The DJKD manages
Critical. If you could look to the north of this Tiger. The Tiger was holding that lane, and now look at all the law firm infantry just flow in front door.
Yeah, absolutely freedom there for that for this infantry.
A roll train gets run over by his own tank.
This 70, I can't believe this 75 is still up. They don't know quite what the AT is up to. They could just spawn really in G7 and easily take it out. I think with a rocket to the side. It's already been damaged once. They should be able to get back into it. Heidi now is actually sneaking up onto this Tiger. The Tiger probably feels like they're pretty safe. Is Wix paying attention? He's starting to turn. Does he know? Heidi's bandaging. He's got a bandage.
Next to the Tiger.
He doesn't have a satchel, does he? He's got a shotgun.
Oh no!
He's shotgun assault. Oh,
He's shotgun assault, and he goes down to Jean there. Unbelievable. Okay, he's done all that hard work and doesn't get the kill onto that tank. Wix doesn't know, but then the 75 here goes down to Lil Sticky, who's hopped off of MG to show them just how it's done here. How to take down a tank. Shan goes down. Wix is desperately looking for the satchel. I think he knows it's okay. That tank's going to stay alive.
We've got Heidi in the chat saying, "I went wrong shotgun." I think he realizes he went the wrong class.
Yeah, absolutely. You want engineer shotgun if you're going to be satcheling tanks, not the assault shotgun. Look at it from Gardens though. Heidi's actually just switched into engineer, so I think he's gone for the satchel now. He's got the shotgun still. He's gonna pop over. Immediately gets blasted by Bones and Flick though. in a bit of a shooting range. They both then go down. There's going to be a bit of a storm here from Gardens into Five Ways. Hopefully, they can make this ground up and make this interesting here. Black Sky with that sniper. He's going to make this interesting here. As he pokes around, he should get an angle, but he actually just pushes.
Ginger Shusi is in the cap sector for battery and is solo capping right now.
Fantastic work from him then. Phoenix Wright actually just wiped out Bones' outpost and then gets taken down by Phoenix. Gets traded out, but that's one of the outposts within Five Ways gone. Let's take a fly over towards Breakwater Battery. Looks like two players have just spawned in down there. Little Jimmy is about to meet Slushy. Who's going to win? Little Jimmy is... he's a squad player. He's good at squad. I don't know how good he is at Hell Let Loose. Does get taken out by Ginger though. And he's in. They're starting to cap. They're starting to flood in. They've got themselves a D5 garrison. Ginger goes down there to section 23. But they've got this D5 garrison now, Helios, that they're going to be able to flood some infantry into. They've got two... squad leaders making their way forward, maybe a third with Flig as well, though I would like to see Flig, as he is doing, making his way towards Gardens just to try and control this. Hopefully now they'll be able to get a little bit of control over the Gardens for the first time within this game and feel secure, and that Flig goes down, but hopefully that's an indication that a few players now are going to start pushing that direction. Ginger certainly is. He's going to try and hold that. See, is that a triple rep on that tank? It was indeed, actually. Triple rep on the 76, just parked in an open field here. Just to the northern side of AA Network. We've got double Tigers from Helios within AA Network, playing very, very defensive here. 76 takes his first hit. It's likely going to go down here. He's got no way he can kite around. They need to just push it at this stage. Maybe they've just got enough cover here.
Yeah, the broken building to their southwest is breaking line of sight to the Tiger that hit them. So they'll be okay here, but Wix is dueling the other 76 just, 150 meters away and takes one hit, and luckily the other 76 missed on their shot to avoid the double tap. But now Wix is pinned in, he's damaged. He's really got to rely on the other Tiger to make a move, and that looks like what they're doing. It looks like they're going up to hockey sticks, and then they'll have a nice view onto that 76 that's in the open, and they'll finally get some revenge on from when they got taken out.
Yeah, although Hammurabi is going to take his 76 out of that point now, and he's going to start moving it to a little bit of cover.
So we've got a TLF airhead being dropped, F6. Calvin Candy sitting on top of it.
Where's that dropping, sorry?
F6.
F6.
No response from Helios at the moment.
That's going to be a spicy...
The tank commander is moving up on it now.
Oh, here we go. And Black Sky as well, I think, is going to die for this now.
Goes down.
Wix goes down, trying to...
This might get a spawn wave here.
Yeah, it could do. Black Sky is running at it. Storm and Mormon as well. Grenade. Good grenade. Looks like Panda may be chucking that grenade in. Very, very nice indeed from him. But once again, with that little bit of time, a little bit of pressure elsewhere, that's allowed Bad Shooter here to just push in front door, and he's got free access now into the point. If he gets his outpost up, he's going to be able to get 6 players straight into that hard cap and just start making this interesting here. And a little bit of pressure into Five Ways now, with the Shooners making his way in. Calvis kind of missing every shot.
I'm not sure what happened.
What did Calvis forget he could ADS? Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. But Heidi's going to go for this open field run. And Calvis is the one tasked. He does take him down. Nice shooting there to clear that one out. Is Pro Bono going to be the one next to go for this open field run? Will Bad Shooter go for it now?
We've got Lewis Little pushing up in a garrison. Helios' hard cap garrison in F6.
Yeah, absolutely. Just into this wheat field now. Lewis Lit has actually made his way into that. Spawn wave comes in. Jean, good reactions to clear that one off. And then some form of a fight here. Don't quite know how Depressed Kid isn't dead, to be honest with you. Takes down DJKD, though, before Jean trades. Clay Verdict in the field as well goes down. They've cleared this wheat field once again. And they've managed to cover off front door. Panda doing very well here.
If you look just southeast of Cowsheds, the 276s are right on top of each other, barrel to barrel. It looks like they're going to try to take on Wix's Tiger down here.
Yeah,
But Wix is repositioning, so that angle will not work for them.
No, they are primed for a precision strike right now. This is dangerous positioning from those two tanks. Gonna take a quick look at the map because we do still have the Tiger up on hill, looking to try and peek over. He might get an angle if he just pushes just a little bit here onto these 76s. There he is now.
Ooh.
First shot goes in onto
First shot
tank.
Is there going to be a
Oh, there
double
is.
tap from...
Ridiculous from these 76s. Absolutely ridiculous. That is perfect. Great communication there. Hammurabi just pulls his tank forward at just the right time there to get that double tap. Fantastic work on that one. But TT, what's interesting is the attack at Breakcourt has been totally shut down. There's nothing going on there now, and in fact their garrison just goes down D5. How do you start this attack in earnest for Helios? Because they can't defend for the next 50 minutes and hope to succeed here. They do need to start something. So TT, what would you do to get them forward?
I think they need to start sending like a Whammo squad in behind them, pull some of that Gardens presence elsewhere, and that should hopefully allow them for 5 points to then get control of Gardens. Because let's be honest, if you don't control Gardens, then you aren't really getting any pressure onto Breakcourt Battery.
Yeah, absolutely. This Gardens area here, just in E4, just below us on the map, that's actually interesting because it's right between the 2 points, and so it's that sort of corner point. If you control that, you can very quickly flip pressure between the two sectors, and that just allows you to finally balance it. But at the moment, it's totally controlled by TLF, and they're clearly putting a lot of presence into that and really trying to keep a hold of it.
We've just had Doctor drop an outpost in E6 right behind the hard cap. Z Blackscales just killed Doctor, completely ignores the outpost, so they might get a spawn wave off here.
So is that within the wheat field here?
No, E6, keypad 6.
E6, keypad 6, gotcha.
It's in the wheat field, just behind the grain feeder.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a
Spawn wave
wave.
comes in. Not a big one, though. Only the 2 players spawn in here.
Tiger taking one shot.
Yeah, it looks like this Tiger from Wix is in a little bit of trouble here. Just a little whiff from the 76 saves him, and he's going to have to back off, but he is not in a good spot here. Because they could still easily get shots through. It looks like they're just about saved by that by the light there. The Shooter gets just past that Tiger now before getting taken out by Nez, but Doctor is just in the point. But we've got to take a fly over towards Breakcourt because we've got cap pressure coming in there, and it's just Peace and his squad have been flipped all the way out to the side. Don't know whether they know they're out here, but Judge Nitro is certainly starting to just sniff it a little bit as he looks to try and pressure that outpost. And then it looks like a big retreat here from TLF just to save that, and they should be okay. I don't think they'll lose the point from this. And as I fly back over to
Tiger goes down.
Tiger goes down in the back line.
From Law Firm is, well, Doctor's OP is just complete. It's still up.
Yeah, absolutely. And
They're defending this one very well. I mean, we've got Helios presence where it is, but
they're not going to
it's just been moved into hard cap. They have 2 OPs in the hard cap at the moment.
And Doctor is fragging out here as we speak.
Precision strike is coming in. It looks like it probably will be landing on one of these 76s. They are trying to back
quick
up.
Fly across.
And absolutely debated by a hedge.
Yeah, only one of those rockets landed, and it looks like it did entirely track damage. Hagrid, though, is in there. He's got his satchel. I would imagine, anyway. I mean, hopefully he's not picked, you know, Gewehr. He hasn't, but he goes down. Big HE splash there from Bossman. Clears out that danger to them. But cap pressure coming in to AA Network. But I don't think this will fall at this stage because Helios do have total map control. And then one of those outposts within the point goes down to Sith. Lewis Litt then takes him down. He switched off squad leader. He couldn't be asked for command chat anymore. So he's going to play rifleman now. But all of that pressure from Helios will pay off here around the point because they do have pretty good map control still. I say pretty good. It's not great. It isn't great because they are struggling a little bit to get and consistently keep up garrisons around A network. As we look at this map here, we do have this outpost on the western side in D6 that they're going to be able to feed into 5 ways from, so they can put pressure in from 2 different sides here. But I think crucially, one of those recon squads from HS has actually managed to break all the way through, and Pyromagnet. Now, I don't like the fact that it's a recon squad out in the backfield because you can't get an outpost up that's worthwhile. But Pyromagnet's got a garrison up in F3 now. That's going to go quite unnoticed here. And they may, just may be able to get some players in to go challenge those 76s, give themselves a little bit of time and allow their tanks just a little bit of breathing room. Because at the moment, it doesn't feel like they particularly have much. Now, we've got more players coming into this eastern side of AA Network. Honey Badger.
Yeah, we've got Nover's OP is in that little circular trench line in that eastern wheat field.
That's pretty
so
strong.
With all those picks onto those Tigers, the law firm is ahead on tanks, and they're rolling a 3rd full crew 76 out of spawn right now, heading through cattle sheds to join up with the other 2.
I'm back in them. At some stage, TLF might need to push one of those 76s, maybe 2 76s just up towards this hard cap. There is places that they can kite in here. I know they got burnt before by doing that, but it is absolutely possible for them to get up and survive there.
And that's looks like exactly what Harambe, Grilled, and Super is doing. They are setting up on this hedge line just north of Hockey Stick, and it looks like they're going to start try pressure onto the hard cap, waiting for the other 2.
Absolutely, but as we speak while they're doing that, Panda's actually managed to push out on this northern side here, which is going to just give them, well, not quite an angle onto the 76 because they've got front armor to face there, so they can't damage it at all. But they can at least try and get Satchel up close. Sif looks like he's going to go for it. Maybe, I mean, if they're looking, they could even pick a lot of this infantry up on this, coming up into 5 ways here, because TLF are starting to put pressure in, and they could make this pay here. We see... Here we've got Conan the Lawyer and Flig basically face to face. Conan wins that one and then immediately just shift W's his way forward. He's just going to keep running. So Flex seems to have an idea someone's out there. The call must have gone to him. And then he goes down to someone's artillery. I'm not entirely sure whose artillery that is. What I've realised is my stats page needed a bit of a refresh. Hopefully they'll come in now. There we go. By the way, I just want to put out... So I'm going to just flick over to the stats very quickly and have a look. So we've got Novas here, top fragging with 53 kills as squad leader. 1.28 kills per minute out on that flank is crazy, crazy stuff. Braz is up there, though, with 41 kills playing infantry. Doctor-in-law as well. He's playing squad lead as well. These TLF squad leaders not messing about here. Really going for it. We've got 13-year-old depressed kid on 38 kills. Nez on that MG doing very, very good work as well.
And I'm going to interrupt you here. We have a big push coming from the law firm out of Hockey Sticks into 5 points with probably 2 to 3 squads and a pair of 76s.
Triple 76 at that.
3 76s.
3 76s. This is... Did we count this as Milsim yet? Can we count this as Milsim? I think we should be able to.
Kind of. A little bit.
But those tanks are actually, they're just sat in the open, which is a little bit silly.
So the 76s that are on the east side of Hockey Stick, they can just reverse down and use the depression of the hill for cover. It's the one that's southwest is kind of in the open a little bit.
Gotcha.
But where are the Helios tanks? Where are the 2 Tigers for Helios?
Well, this is it. So they're out to the south of AA network here. So they're both now coming into an F6 here. But they're kind of hiding away a little bit because I think they know that they're outnumbered. Let's just turn those highlights on so we can see this scythe tank. Big ricochet onto one of those tanks. But I think they're trying to gun for this scythe tank. He's actually taking some damage here as he now backs off, having to run away. Another shot comes in. They're really gunning for this this Tiger here. This might give a little bit of room now to Wix to be able to push out and just peek. But he's got to peek into 276s, maybe even a third, depending on the angles. There's no way for him to really win that duel, is there?
No, not unless the 76s are sleeping with their barrels pointed the opposite way. Like, the most you're gonna get off is 2 shots, and you'll go for a 1-for-1 trade, and then they still have 176.
Yeah, and just being up on tanks is the most crucial thing here. We're seeing a couple of reps come out onto Scythe's tank here. Ginger Slushy maybe trying to get him a rep station up nearby. Tashuna, though, chilling out in this wheat field, just laying down. Basically just baiting them by locking this garrison. The BC Finest hasn't got a clue. Amber Lamps hasn't got a clue. He's right on the edge. They can't find him.
Oh, that rep station.
I know, I'm well aware there's, you know, another game going on elsewhere, but I'm fascinated by W Knight, Amber Lamps, BC Finest. There you go. Finally getting rid of Tashuna. Christ. They were never going to find him, were they? Back to the tank fight, because apparently we have to watch these for some time. Wix is pushed all the way forward here, but he is vulnerable. Takes the first shot into him, and he's got to back off now. Luckily for him, the second 76 didn't have the angle on him, so couldn't get the shot.
Helios AT gun behind their own lines.
Hello? Who have we got here? We've got
huge
we've got
play from Pop-Tart and Sif here. They're about to get another one.
They're not going to get 2. Oh, they've tracked! No way have they hit tracks on that.
Oh, no.
Oh, absolute whiff. That could have been play of the century.
Yeah.
They would have had an angle on all 3 76s. If only they had not hit the tracks on that second or third shot. Unbelievable. It's such a shame. But that's going to give Wix a little bit of reprieve, as well as...
all it takes is for this Tiger here to push forward, and they can kill the 76. It has a shot in it, does it not?
Yeah, Wix has been damaged, I think.
Completely.
Yeah, he's got to back off. Honey Badger, how do you play this in Wix's position here? What do you do? Do you just sit knowing that you've stalled their 76s, knowing that they're not going to push?
Yeah, like, he's doing the right thing. I'd be yelling at my infantry to get me a rep station, because what Law Firm should be doing is dropping artillery right on top of Wix's tank as they get out to repair, to decrew them and kind of create some...
Sir Flex a lot about to satchel the 76 sitting on 5 point. He gets it on.
Massive play there. Bit of a splash from Shroud there. Looks like they hop out. Gets taken down though. So Flex not messing about. This could be massive from Helios, taking down 276 is very, very quick. So Weewoy hops out. Is he going to find the satchel? He does.
Does he have enough time?
No,
he will have enough. He should have enough time.
Sir Flex or just completely running away.
Nope, I was wrong, and it goes down.
It was pretty close, but that's 276s. 276s down there. But the front door of AA Network has been...
Wix goes down, unfortunately, right as his repair station comes up.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So we're now 1 to
now
1
it's
on
a-
tanks.
Yep, now it's a 1v1.
Even with those 2 TLF tanks being taken out, it is again not looking good for
But
Helios.
Yeah, look at the front door. During all that time, they just walked in front door.
And this
Once
is what's
again.
happening when those Helios tanks are being engaged by 76s. Is TLF are just exploiting all of that time that they're being given there. It does feel like a lot of this front door defense is being done by the tanks. I think they'll be okay. They do have players coming back in. I don't think they'll lose it like right now, but this could certainly be the start of them losing it. As Five Ways has totally collapsed, they need to try and get control of that hill and push back, which I think they might have done. Having a look at the map, Honey Badger, do they have any outposts sort of on the hill in like D5-6 or E5-6? What's the outpost situation
E5,
look
there
like?
are 3 OPs in Hockey Stick and then 1 inside the south side of Gardens. They have
Okay.
1 far east in Pierre's Farm and 1 far west in C5.
Gotcha. So they don't control a hill at all. That should allow Helios to be able to push back in and just gain a little bit of control as they squeeze it.
Oh, but this 76 looks like it's going to make a play. This is the TL tank of Mr. Do, Bossman, and oh my god, I forget their driver.
Atrocity.
Yes, Atrocity. I think that is Atrocity. And it looks like Duxaws, Hagrid, and Scythe are in this Tiger, and they're trying to get an angle on each other.
It's all going to come down to who gets that first shot away. Neither tank, I don't think, has rep stations. Neither tank. Oh, it looks like Mr. Bossman whiffs the first one. If he's aiming for it, it might just be that he's going for the.
We've got the second 76 pushing up here. The second 76
first
does.
shot lands. Okay, that is a hull shot direct right on. And Scythe and co have to get out of there.
Yeah, and they're backing off by the looks of things. That 76 is just going to push forward.
They need to be careful of the second 76 here, though. It does have a view onto the road.
Yeah, so we've got the second 76 just below us here by Conan the Lawyer. And I think it's going to... I mean, it could get an angle.
Yeah, they will have an angle.
It has an angle now.
It has.
It actually has. Yeah, you're quite right. And as this tank backs up, they may even see it. They might have just caught that there. And they catch a little shot there. I don't think Scythe can move. I don't think he knows where to go.
And down goes the Tiger. And Mr. Do's tank is still up.
So it's now 2-0, or 2-0 on heavy tanks. This is the time. If you're going to push it, go push it now. Get the infantry front door and really try and make this count.
And once again, the law firm is now up to 4 tanks, 2 76s, a Stewart by Alex Lawsuit soloing, and a medium that is a 3-stack.
Yeah, I love the solo Stuart play. And I love the fact that he's just going to set himself up here, get himself in the gun and just splash out point, knowing that basically he's got free reign for a little bit of time. Yep. He's going to be absolutely fine just to shoot as much as he wants.
Yeah, I think TLF now has realised that they have the armour advantage, and now is the time for them to start getting the cat back.
Absolutely. I think what I'd actually love to see them do. We haven't seen a recon tank in a little while. Let's get one of those recon tanks up and just get a squad lead into the point. Just rush it in like you would do at the start.
Interesting approach by the medium. They're smoking that west side of AA and blocking the MG sightlines for their infantry players.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to ensure that no AT guns can be set up against them. It's a nice play, and they're actually starting to move in now. They're going to be very quickly, they're going to get into the hard cap, and that's 3 players. Going to cause a lot of cap pressure here. Into the point. This eastern side is being flooded by TLF players now. And the front door is starting to go down.
So you've got a Helios ammo drop being dropped up to AA network?
Yep. Yeah, interesting. The Helios garrison, by the way, is actually inside of the point, is just by the main house there. So there's a good chance it goes down to a splash from one of the tanks at some point. All they've got to do is just splash it off of this artillery
It's
piece.
just been bombing around here. I think it's going to go down.
The bombing run's coming in on the south side of the hard cap of the circle, and it should grab this garrison. And that's it.
There it goes,
Garrison's
big
gone.
bombing run.
And
Yeah.
the critical, how are the outpost situations for Helios?
They've got one outpost inside of the point, one outpost just to the west of the point, just to the south of Five Ways, and then we've got a couple just on the outskirts to the southeast of AA network as well. But really, at the moment, it's just Panda's outpost doing all of the work. Heidi's in the point, though. He's not one you want to fight against in these trenchways. He's walking in the front door. He knows that garrison's gone.
There's just an outpost in the middle of the open field, right next to that M4.
That's a Heidi outpost if I've ever seen one.
That Sith just non-penned on the M4 in the front. Interesting.
Heidi he's pushed all the way into the back. He goes down, unfortunately. Tanks splashing, taking down outposts here. There's no garrison. There's no real way of recourse here for Helios at this stage. Though the main thing they can do is they do have an outpost in E4 into Gardens now, taking down a garrison. They've got to get those players back towards A4.
Questionable outpost here, right next to the medium tank.
I love it.
Surge is trying to satchel this 76.
Is he going to make it? Is he going to get that? I'm not too sure. We're getting no. He gets splashed off. Ginger is up next, and he's been a bit of a nuisance for these tanks. We'll see how he does. They're going to know they're being followed here. I think Hammurabi will take a look at this. Yeah, a gun is starting to turn. I think they're going to try and splash onto him. The medium tank
does
down.
go down to Seth. I'm surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't make enough of that. I don't think they certainly could have done more there. If they'd just thrown a little bit more front door, they could have done it.
Scythe and Ducksaws looks like they just engined this 76 right at the last moment, and then an AT comes in and finishes them off.
TLF completely loses their armor advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Do they have any tanks up at this stage?
They have one heavy, and it is up at HQ, I think, getting rearmed. And they have another spawned in.
So, yeah, not looking good on the armor front. Helios are back up to 2 heavies now. One of them chilling all the way back, though, in E7. That's Scythe and Duxors looking to try and pick up their 3rd crewman. And then Wix Propaganda and Sharpie, they're the ones in the point trying to hold this together, I think. And again, once the tanks turn back up, the infantry seems to be able to cover this front door a lot cleaner. Not too sure don't know what the deal is, but when these tanks are up and not engaged in other tanks, Helios infantry seem to be able to just hold around a little bit more. They're certainly being helped, though, by the fact that they did have infantry in E4, though Flick does go down. Nothing doing of that. They've got total control again of Gardens TLF, so they're going to be able to flood back out again. And we're sort of back to another stage of stalemate, really, where TLF don't make enough of their advantages, and Helios now can push back out again. But we'll have to see what happens here. Do they just get out fragged? Do the tanks go down? Just whether this flips back the other way, or will Helios actually be able to make this work?
Yeah, Helios here really needs to hold that armor advantage. If they lose the armor advantage again, then I think they might be in real trouble.
Being a tanker at this stage for Helios tankers, knowing that they've been battered all game, really, to be fair, not winning too many of these engagements, just about hanging in there, really. What do they need to do in this stage now that they've got total, domination of armor in the front field?
Hold on that thought for a second. We do have 2 76s pushing back up for TLF now.
And they are at 490 fuel, so in 2 more ticks, they'll get a third.
Yeah, Helios do have 730 fuel at this stage, with encouraged up, so they are going to be getting fuel in pretty quick here.
But no, Helios tanks need to pair together and roll together till the end of this game, so they can take 2v2 fights at the minimum, or they just need to hunker down in one spot, each of them, get rep stations up, and not move for the last half hour.
It's got a good frontline push from TLF, yeah.
Because just like TT says, if they lose their Tigers, there's a good chance the law firm exploits this. And even without any law firm tanks up here, they are making a significant push from Gardens, from Dugout into 5 points. And they look like they're going to be trying to surround Ducksaw's, Haggard, and Scythe's tank, as the Helios infantry players are just falling around, falling down around them.
It certainly does feel like TLF are just able to push at will with infantry, but once they get to these stages where they've pushed and controlled it, it doesn't feel like they know what to do. It could be the Wheel of Strats. I don't know what the Wheel of Strats says today. Maybe they're only allowed to cap it in the final few minutes. Actually, Tank just took a hit there. Hagrid, Scythe, and Duxels, once again, have taken a big hit from the 76, and they're just about in protection.
It's pushing up here for an angle, I think.
It's not going to find
Scythe
one,
and
though.
Duck get out 2 rep. The artillery, they got to be really careful here, because the artillery is also falling all around them from the law firm.
Where is the second 76? Oh, it's actually starting to push forward as well. Just behind
The
it.
76 is going to get aggressive here.
Yeah, very aggressive. It wants
It's
that
pushing
kill.
forward, looking for that Tiger.
Now, I actually think this Tiger is just about parked well enough that it's not going to get an angle just yet.
Ginger Slushy really needs to stay alive here.
Yeah, and Scythe and Hagrid now are just a 2-man crew, as Duxel's got taken out by artillery.
Huge push on a strong point. The entire TLF team is taking control of 5 points and hard cap here.
Oh wow, here we go. And with this Scythe tank basically being penned in here, although that tank's just wasted its shot, Scythe could get the first hit in here.
It doesn't matter.
It does not.
Conan
It's
Moore,
just been satchelled as well, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've got no
might back
idea.
up right into the other 76's angle.
Yeah.
Yep, and the other 76 cleans up the kill. Law firm completely in control of the hard cap and 5 points.
Good cap here from TLF.
Yeah, I think so. This is absolutely looking like it is. Looking at the map, there's no outposts. There's just Fox outpost within cap sector at this stage. Oh no, sorry, Dog Squad's got one in F6 a ways away, but it's not looking good. We do still have one heavy up from Helios, which is, well, it's going to lead the charge. It's just going for it at this stage.
I'm not really sure that's the play here. I think they need to pull that back and use it as a
Yeah, they've got to try and keep it
way to
alive,
push
right?
back in, because let's be honest, they're not going to be saving this cap. They really need to be playing for retake.
Yeah, and Cloverdict, sorry, say it correctly. It's just got a satchel onto that tank. Does Wix know? Doesn't look like it. They're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, I'd say that's a bad play from this Tiger here. Completely thrown itself away.
Absolutely, yeah. They could have. I think they had the opportunity to escape there if they wanted to. Flicks managed to basically just walk into the hard cap, though. Wix has hopped out finally. Is he going to see this satchel? It doesn't matter. He gets taken down along with Jean next to him, so that's another squad leader gone. And with 25 minutes to go, I mean, this is in the hands of TLF now. Helios
no tanks on the Helios. So.
None at all. Not a single tank on the field right now. It looks like they've just popped to 76 down into left HQ. Scythe has taken that one. And they're going to have another 76 in about 3 minutes here, unless they convert. Though they might have already converted, not too sure. But they very quickly got their outposts back up, and everyone is within cap sector range at this point, basically. All of the squads are to the south of AA Network. They're not really playing for map control at all here. I think they're just going to try and push in. But with a tank inside of the hard cap, Hammurabi is just going to go nuts, I think, on this infantry. He's just going to continue going through now. Splashing his way off. He's got to be careful he doesn't get satcheled from behind this wall. Well, they're actually blocked by that tiger at this point. unable to get rid of the carcass. And Sir Flex coming in with the satchel.
Wee woo. Wee woo, wee woo. Developing story. Oh, but
doesn't get the satchel on.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to get this on at all?
Does get the satchel on now. Are they aware there's a satchel on the tank?
Yep. Harambe and Super get out.
Oh, Sir Flex though.
Wins the guns.
Fair play to him. Oh, Storman's coming in with another satchel.
Storman's a bit, yep. Storman's a bit tired.
Depressed is going to try and get that satchel off him. Whether he could or not, I don't know. It doesn't look like he can. But Fruitpan gets caught in the blast as well. Double satchel onto that 76.
So we've got Sir Flex a lot pushing into the hard cap again, camping this outpost.
Is he gonna? And he pushes it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good play from him. Actually, he was just playing a little bit cautious, but finally then makes his way in. What's the situation like for TLF? What have they got going on around AA Network?
So we've got an airhead dropping in G8 at Hamlet, but we've got one garrison inside the strong point, a garrison in Gardens. Then we've got another one towards Pierre's farm in G6. But other than that, there's not a lot else.
No, in terms of control of this map at the moment, I mean, Helios have got total control over the front side of AA Network to the southern side here for them, and so it's quite likely here that TLF will maybe, hopefully, try and come around the outside of that, wrap it up. But looking at this, I mean, they've got an outpost into Wheatfield.
Wee woo.
Oh, yeah.
Ginger getting a satchel on the other 76.
Oh,
That's exactly what Helios need to try and get back into this game. If that 76 goes down.
Is that the one by Hill with Mr. Sue?
No, on hard cap. The one on hard cap.
Okay, so they had 3 76s up.
Yep, this 76 is going to go down. This is exactly what Helios needed to start pushing back in. They need to now communicate that amongst their team and start pushing in. TLF in trouble here as their garrison does get blocked by Bone.
Yeah, really good play there from Helios here.
Garrison does go down.
Yeah, Heidi couldn't quite spawn in time. Sir Flexo, once again, Sir Flex is on it, chasing down these outposts.
Yeah, we still have TLF OPs on point though. Helios just not clearing the trenches very well here.
No, Sir Flex is doing well. Storman's starting to make his way towards that outpost on point though. Is that all of the outposts gone inside of
We've got prep on the western side, far western trench. They've just had a spawn wave off of it.
There it is. Sue these nuts has managed to spawn in. Ginger Slushy on the hunt though.
Does go down to the satchel.
Yeah, Ginger gets saved by that satchel, and is the outpost gone as well?
Yep, OP did get taken down by that satchel there. Their only outpost is Baker at 5 points, and Helios is pushing that. We've got Fox Squad, Doctor placing his outpost behind in F6.
Doctor starting to make his way back. And Heidi as
well coming in from the eastern Wheatfield.
Doctor could be crucial in this. There's really not too much from Helios within the point itself. They must be careful here that TLF don't just manage to get everything in.
No, this looks like it's gonna be a Helios recap.
Yeah, with Surge now coming in as well. That's another player in the strong point. I like Spirit just chilling out.
There are 2 big spawns coming off from the east side from Queen.
Big spawn wave.
Oh wow, look
Queen
at this.
OP.
Yeah. So Heidi coming through
Reinforce
now.
is down. Heidi with a great outpost just on the outside of the hard cap, inside that little trench line of the wheat field, and big presence on the east side of the hard cap.
Yeah, absolutely. And on this western side, we've got a squad coming in now from the hill. Braz, I think, actually just squad wiping, basically.
Great rocket from the TLF side there, taking down that Helios airhead. Where is the Helios Arty? Where is that being dropped?
It's a great question. There's no marks out that I can see from the Helios artillery.
I have not seen a big impact from Helios artillery the entire game, actually.
Which is funny, because they're actually top fragging. So they're actually on 84 kills right now, which is top. Novas has dropped down to second with 74. And then TLF artillery on 73. We'll take a quick peek at the stats. We'll get the wee woo breaking news siren if anything goes on. We've got Braz fragging out at a kill per minute on 70 kills there. Doctor and Law at 65. 13-year-old depressed kid now on 62. Got Sue These Nuts on 56. Flex a lot doing a great job. Really impactful player actually, Sir Flexlot in this game, taking down lots of outposts, taking down a lot of tanks as well on 51 kills, coming 8th in that fragging rankings. And then we've got Jim Adler on 49 from TLF, and then top 10 is rounded out by Nez. I just want to put it out there to everyone that the Shooners with the snipers top deaths, which I'm always a big fan of. And actually, TLF are the top 6 deaths in this game.
Truly W key warriors.
Absolutely, they're not messing about here. Not messing about at all. A little bit of cap pressure coming in again on AA Network now, because they've just got those players within strong point.
I mean, I just think TLF has too much map control here for a
We got a Tiger pushing to the point right now. It is Ducksaws, Hagrid, and Scythe. And they're just looks like they're just trying to get up to their infantry. It looks like Blast Pistol, Sir Flex-a-Lot, and Surge have kind of opened up a little gap for them. And Zan, DJ, KD are trying to follow him up. But the Stewart is getting around behind him.
Again, I really don't think I rate what they've been doing with these Tigers here. I mean, this is the second Tiger they've thrown away this game.
Oh no.
Stewart does get stuck.
Stuart's coming in. But they know about it. They do know the Stuart's there. There you go. They spin just in time. They were going for that Achilles heel shot onto that Tiger. I think they might have got one shot in on it.
Got a second Tiger pushing up here as well. Wexty's crit.
What is that? Sorry, honey?
So you can't Achilles with a Stewart onto a Tiger.
Oh, can you not?
No.
What? Why not? Surely it's just straight through. It just goes straight through to engine.
No. The hull is heavy armor, so you can't.
What?
Medium armor on the side.
I didn't realize.
Clover
that
with a satchel on Scythe's tank here, though.
I'll quickly dive back into that Clover.
Satchel does go on.
Yeah, successful.
Ducksaw's completely unaware that there's satchel on his tank. Does Panda know?
Does Panda know?
Panda know? Yep.
Oh, they know. I think they know.
Yep, they know.
They're gonna double.
Do they have enough time?
Oh, shots coming in.
Oh, good arty.
Quick Nicks with the
huge arty.
Massive.
Huge arty.
What a save.
Trying to get up.
Yep, that Tiger is going down.
We've seen 2 tanks decrewed today. That's ridiculous. What artillery from Quick Nicks though. 1 shell was all it took. Unbelievable from him there.
We've got Novers on top of Hamlet at the moment. He's waiting to place his outpost.
Yeah, and he's getting cap pressure in, but Helios are just ahead in this cap. It's Nitro versus Spirit here. This could decide it. No, there you go. Nitro can shoot. Nobody tell me anything different. Does get taken down by Last Pizza Roll. Maybe he can't shoot. But we're going to blame the white camo there.
I mean, again, if Helios don't control 5 points or that eastern wheat field, I just don't really think their hard cap pressure really is going to amount to anything.
Yeah, they're not able to unroot the law firm from 5 points to a piece. Looks like he did get
once I say that, yep.
He gets
well sticky.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And it looks like the law firm is getting completely surrounded in 5 points. So this is a little bit more threatening than the previous cap
Yeah,
attempts.
this could be interesting here.
it's going to come down to some key gunfights. Objection goes down to Sith and Braz there. That's one of them. Peace couldn't wipe out the outpost, I don't think. Just below us. Don't think he knew it existed within that bush. It's well hidden there. But at this
Great
point here...
timing.
That Tiger shot from Wix's crew looks like it did pop one of the OPs in 5 points. So that is just Bravo squad left in there. And really, there's only 2 OPs in sector, no garrisons from the law firm.
Yeah, this looks really, really good from Helios here as they're starting to cap this one back. Frontine goes down on the point.
The timing of when I say this is not going to amount to anything. as Helios retake the middle point.
Absolutely, and we've got a tank engagement between Wix here and Mr. Su's tank crew. Mr. Su did get the first shot in.
We do have a heavy TLF infantry presence on this eastern side here. We've got Heidi's squad once again pushing to this eastern wheat field.
Yeah, absolutely. Helios actually, they went for a quick attack onto Breakout Battery. They had a supply truck and a garrison up in C5, but it's been taken down. Nothing doing from that at all here.
We have this 76 going up on the backside of this Tiger. Props trying to turn the gun in time, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it there.
Ricochets off the back.
What is that?
They are outmaneuvering the Tiger here. What is going on? What is going on?
Oh, but
Surflex kick.
They're gonna get stuck here.
What the fuck is going on here?
Prop, why are you turning your gun? Turn it left, Prop.
Second shot, Tiger goes down. Pop-Tarts out of ammo. They've been totally engined, I think, Mr. Su. But Tiger goes down. Will they see the garrison? They do.
Yes,
Look at the garrison. I tell you what,
the
value is huge
for the 76 there. That might just allow TLF to start recapping a network.
And now their 75
is,
their 75 is splashing rounds off the 76 to try to keep the Satchel players off of it. Just trying to HE all around this 76. Now Quicknix comes in with artillery to also try to keep this 76 alive.
This 76 is not going down. It's not going to go down. It's going to stay up. Oh, precision!
It does get Peace strike. I think the damage has already been done to Helios here. I think TLF are going to secure the recap.
Big spawn wave out on this eastern side here, but it's only an outpost. It's not enough. Taking a look at the map, there's only one outpost within sector right now. They do have a garrison in D6, but the outpost next to it is actually being pressured here. This is looking very, very dangerous here. Bombing run is going to come in for Helios now across the center of the point, but quite frankly, there's sod all there.
No,
Novus might just get caught.
It's all southeast and northwest. That's they're pinching from the bottom of F6 and then from 5 points and hockey sticks.
Yeah, and that bombing run had one job. It was to kill Phoenix Wright, and it doesn't manage to do so. Phoenix Wright gets his outpost up. All safe there. They can stay alive and get players spawned into this wheat field. Oh, a massive front push as well coming in now from TLF. Is this point going to fall here? Will they be able to get just another player into cap? Just to stop this? No. Cap pressure is so strong here from TLF as they've got all of their players in into the strong point now. Everyone just rushing through.
I'll tell you, play of the game from that 76 right there.
Oh,
saving a network.
100%. Totally saved this game. 10 minutes left now. Pyro Magnet is giving us a nice little countdown in chat, which I'm a big fan of, presumably because they're not, he's not too busy driving up from mid HQ in that gun. But they're out of fuel. They've got one Tiger pushing forward now from Scythe, and they've got Wix now coming forward in a Panzer 4. So if you're running on Panzer 4s 10 minutes left in this game, you are in trouble.
I'll be honest, critical fail. It is better than the situation the law firm is in. They have a solo medium, and that is it.
No way, really?
Solo medium, and that is it. They are at 540 fuel. They can convert right now, get a 76, and have it with probably like 6 minutes left in the game. Get to the point.
Yeah, maybe they just need to spam light tanks and just get all the light tanks in. What do you reckon?
I mean, I think Helios has one last push in them here. If they can't cap, then I think this is going to TLF.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Sue coming up on the side of this Tiger.
Gets taken down. That's unfortunate. It's a good save. Once again, it was Braz with a bush.
Braz and the Bush, name a more iconic duo.
116 in a bush.
Professional bush camper right here. Braz.
Braz is an expert.
Bush.
I tell you what, Wix is getting brave. I like the play. I like the idea. He knows they've got 6 minutes to make something happen here to really get this, done. So he's just going to rush it, I think. Sad little Jimmy's going to come face to face with that Panzer IV. He nopes out of there. Don't blame him. Panzer IV is just diving. Taking a look back at HQ, they've got a Lux they can rely on as well if they need it. If they do go down in this Panzer IV, but they're just going to dive straight in. I think try and get some value onto by taking out spawns. But TLF, I tell you what, they've got some good map control here. Though we've got one squad pushing in from this western side here. Bad Shooter might just be able to close that off though if he squeezes between. Looks like Let's Sue doesn't know they're there. He runs away. And 5 points is going to start getting taken over.
We do have cap progress coming in on Hamlet.
We have 3 squads approaching the hard cap, the sector for Hamlet.
Oh wow, yeah, we've got Doctor, we've got Novas, Dashunas is in the point as well. It's just Smithers left in that hard cap. Looking at it, the only reason it's not being capped is
Harambe.
Hammurabi.
East Side Road by Pierre's Farm. AT gun in a bush.
Oh.
Just takes out Wix and the P4.
Great play from him. Nice little sneaky spot. Great view into AA network approaches here. Really, really nice from him. And in fact, actually, if Scythe and his tank progress any further, they could be in a bit of danger. It actually looks like they're down to just 2 in that tank now. And Helios are having to drop players back, I think, towards the Hamlet. They are. We can see W Knight is S-keying his way towards Hamlet here. Looks like Jean is making his way out to the east as well. And that Tiger is coming all the way out of Cap Sector now. As outposts are going down all around him, Weeroy is behind him. Does he have rockets? Is he going to be able to get anything into him? He does.
Looks like he got 1 rocket into him.
Yeah, before he runs away. I didn't know you could drive a tank through that tree. This is brand new news to me.
All these trees south of AA you can drive through. Huh. This little area. Yeah.
Look at that. Shows what I know about tanking, hey. But Novus
is here.
Has Novus got his outpost up within Hamlet yet? Because I would hope that. I mean, this front door is falling. It's fallen.
He does, yeah. I think there's no way Helios recap in network here. I mean, he does have his outpost to the east, next to the ruined truck here.
Yeah, Scythe is having to rep his own tank up here with Hagrid left in the gun. They really don't have a lot of protection.
Another TLF outpost being dropped from Doctor under this little netting in this trench.
I see it just over on the southern side of Hamlet here, so they're getting a good surround onto Hamlet at this stage. Smithers basically just can't move outside of that cap circle.
Doctor is on top of that garrison south of Hamlet on the hill 6 side of the sector, and he's going to be taking that down. But it is a slow takedown because it is in a locked sector.
We have a lot of TLF players inside the cap sector for Hamlet here.
Yeah, we do. Front door's totally falling.
4 or 5 on the hard cap here.
Scythe, great rocket from Weeroy onto the recon tank there up that road. I wondered what he was shooting at for a second there. Wondered why he wasn't going for the Tiger, but manages to clear out that.
Clover is satcheling Scythe and Hagrid on just south of AA Network.
Yeah, and successfully does so. There is a little bit of cap pressure in at AA Network. Looks like a couple of squads have managed to break through.
From Helios.
No, well, there's no way for them to. There's one outpost within cap sector here. They've got to come out of a garrison in D8, and then they've got to come out of a G8 garrison. But that G8 garrison is all the way out on the eastern side of that, so it's quite a ways away. That Tiger does go down to the satchel, and we're going to see TLF here really just kind of run in.
I mean, TLF being on the back foot for about 60 to 70% of this match. Very impressive comeback from them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're doing very, very well here. Oh, just did you see that? Here. Yeah, Hamlet's going to go down. I think this is going to be 4-1 here. There's just so many TLF players streaming in.
Doctor pushing for the 5-0.
Yep.
And there's no garrison up at Hill 6 either.
This might be a 5-0 here.
Yeah, could well be.
Running for his life to get to this mark.
Amberlamps, I think, is just placed his outpost. Is he going to be able to pick it up? He is, I think, going to get time to pick that up just before it falls to replace it. Could play from Amberlamps.
Doctor puts down his OP right inside the hard cap.
Smithers does not see him. This might be a 5-0.
So they did recon plane. He did show on that recon plane, so they should know he's coming. We've got less than a minute to go. I mean, this is game. TLF have won this at this stage. There's no comeback here for Helios. That is GG. But it's just whether or not, within the next 45 seconds, TLF can get some more players in towards Hill 6. Oh, it actually looks like Smithers crashed his truck into Hill 6.
He did.
Yeah, which is a little bit of a shame.
I wasn't going to bring it up because Smithers is...
he's a lovely guy, but it does... No, it needs to be mentioned.
No, Smithers, I tried, man. I
don't care. I'm not too fussed. We're gonna be fair and equitable on this one, regardless of whether we like them or not. Cap pressure coming in though, as that outpost did manage to spawn some players in. They just got to contest this for long enough now. But there's no spawning at HQ anymore. They've got 2 outposts just to the south of Hill 6, so they will be able to defend this one, I think. So this game is going to end.
Cap pressure is starting back up again.
Cap pressure is in time. This is possible to 5-0. Wix is coming in with an outpost now. They need to just get players back so they don't get 5-0'd here. It's all down to due to the fact they've got players inside that strong point, but this is going to be game now.
Yeah, this is finishing as a 4-1.
That is a 4-1 win for TLF. Very impressive comeback from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear the anger in TT's voice. Being a Helios member, I can feel the rage inside of him.
Being a Helios member myself, I've got to say, very underwhelming performance from the Helios tanks here.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is perfect. The drama's so perfect. Honey Badger, as a former Helios tanker, what's your thought on the armor play? Do you agree that the armor play is what lost him in this one?
Combination of bad armor play, bad capitalization on the infantry to gain space. Because they had cap, they just... It seemed like they were trying to put pressure on battery when they hadn't even fleshed out hockey stick and gardens, and so any pressure that felt like it was being applied wasn't real. There was no.
I don't think there was any pressure on battery at all when Helios was in control of the network, and that's a problem.
And that's a problem that's plagued them for quite a while. To be fair, that's been an issue as as old as the team is the lack of ability to get players through and forward and pressure opposition. I mean, it's a shame, but this has been a great game by TLF. They've really shown that they do have good fraggers. They can. I mean, at times they just ran through the Helios infantry almost at will in this game. So I'm going to, as usual, commend the commander. I'd appreciate if you guys did the same. We always commend the commanders.
No, I did for that RD strike on that tiger. I got to give it to Nick.
I have to give my command to that.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I'll allow it. I will allow the big play. Right, we're gonna check some stats now. I don't care about tank stats today. There's only one stat I'm interested in. Only one stat. Braz got 96 kills.
Nice.
From a bush.
By Braz.
96 kills, but only 96 meters moved. I can guarantee it. That man was in a bush, not moving. So Kim Jong-Uwu, I hate that name, with 103 kills artillery, top frag in the game, fantastic. Quicknix, only 88 kills, disappointing game from him, quite frankly. He got out-fragged by infantry, so he'll be disappointed by that, but he absolutely saved the game with the artillery. Unbelievable onto Hagrid's tank crew, to allow that tank to go down. And then the foresight to drop artillery onto that stationary 76 so it just couldn't be satchelled. It was fantastic team play from them. What a game, though. What an absolute game. Really, really well played. Now, I am hopefully going to be able to grab Mr. Nitro in for a little bit of a chat after this game. And maybe I'll see if I can get Wix in as well. So we're going to pop across to my ending screen because I deleted all the other ones. Whatever, that'll do. Fingers crossed they'll hop in and we can grab them in channel. Looks like Mr. Nitro's just showing up. Mr. Nitro, what a win! What a fantastic win!
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. I am doing great, feeling great. Thank you for having me. That was a very, very intense game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt. So in terms of that game, did you feel like it was coming towards you throughout that game, or were you a little bit concerned at stages?
I'm going to be very honest. We were nervous that first half of the game. I think up until like probably the 45-minute mark, we were really feeling it. I think we were having a hard time getting ourselves set up kind of to the west of AA. And it was a little rough. I think our armor really carried us a lot of this game and could really help kind of turn the tides there. There's no shot we cap AA without our two tanks diving in there in the hard cap.
Yeah, I think we pretty much said the same thing, to be honest with you. The Helios tanks, they struggled to contain the TLF tanks at times during this game, but it was a close run thing. Towards the end there, you guys were short on tanks. I was bemoaning the fuel situation of Helios, where they had one heavy and 1 Panzer IV towards the end of the game, and Honey Badger pointed out that TLF actually they had nothing. They had no tanks.
Yeah, it got a little dicey there. yeah, our solo, that's right. I mean, I think toward the end, our infantry really kind of pulled it together. I think our comms really improved kind of toward the second half of the game once we realized, hey, this is getting a little scary. So I think in conjunction with that, our tanks carrying that first cap, then we lost it, then we had to cap again. I think we really got it together, got our garrisons back up because we were really weak on defense for a long time. So our SLs really managed to make it happen there at the end. Even our recon SLs, I was recon SL this game, Dashuna and Big Kahuna were rotating as well. And we just started popping flares in hard cap just to try to get that infantry out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, it's those utility plays that really makes the game. One of the things we highlighted in the game was Quicknix's artillery basically being a godsend at times. He managed to drop a singular shell onto an enemy tank, which killed all the people defusing a satchel on it. That was the only shell he dropped there.
And they were two teaming that satchel. They would have gotten it off. They almost had it off, and then they blew up.
Wow, I'm excited to see that clip. Okay.
Absolutely, and then we saw Mr. Do. I think it was a Mr. Do tank.
It was the TL tank
streaming in to the hard cap, where they managed to clear out a Tiger, clear out a garrison, and then they got engined, stuck upright on a hedge, and a medium tank used it as a splashboard, and then Quick Nick starts dropping artillery on it as well.
That call was made in command chat. Mr. Do said very clearly, like, just start arting our tank. Like, we don't have friendly infantry. Just start shelling us, and I think that definitely helped them out a lot.
Yeah, and it's those plays, that experience that really comes through in these games. You know, just to be able to say, and the trust as well from Mr. D to know that Quick Nix is going to get that artillery in quick and accurate as well on top of him.
Well, they're gonna call him Quick Nix for nothing, you know.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
I think the true MVP in that game was the 76 that killed that tiger towards the end. The hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Killed a tiger,
100%.
cleared out a garrison. It was unbelievable. Yeah, really, really strong play.
There's no doubt in my mind that Mr. Do, Bossman, and Atrocity it's one of the top tank crews in the game right now, and we're really, really glad to have them on board. They know what they're doing, and they've been playing together for a very, very long time. That tank crew's coordination is fantastic. So they're scary to fight against. I gotta say, but no, I think as a team though, it was really sweaty for us. That was definitely a try hard match for me. I didn't do well, by the way. 9-50 was my my KD there at the end. That was pretty bad. But my job was just to pop
51
flares. You know?
That's 51 flares.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what we did. That's what we focused on.
If anything, quite frankly, you didn't die enough. In my opinion, because you could have got more flares out. The last comp game I played Recon, and I redeployed 27 times in it.
Yes.
Let alone just the amount of times I died on top of that. You know, it's all about getting those flares out. We're now joined by Wix as well from Helios. Wix, how'd the game go for you? How are you feeling after that disappointing end?
Yeah, it was a tough match for sure. Didn't really do a whole lot personally, or to take crew.
I'm in the same boat, Wix. Yeah.
We were there, we were present, and you know, we tried. Man, it's just like I don't know, like the west side there is so crucial, and I felt like when we had the west side, we were doing really well, and then when we didn't have the west side, it was like a constant struggle. But that's kind of how that point works. So.
Yeah, that 5-point intersection there on that west side is number one, such a pain to fight over, but number two, you're right, absolutely so important. And yeah, you guys made it tough for us that entire game.
Yeah, 100%. We spent most of our time actually watching over that area, but then the eastern side, it did feel like once Helios committed players into taking that five ways intersection, TLF could just stream in on that eastern side, so it just felt like a little bit. You know, what do you want to lose most? Do you want to lose that eastern side and allow them to push in wheat fields, or do you want to let them take the intersection? But similarly, you know, with the tanks, once Wix and Scythe's tank, once they were engaging TLF tanks, the TLF infantry just got free reign because suddenly they weren't being smashed by HE the entire time.
It really felt like a lot of that game was the scene in Vegas Vacation. I don't know if like this is a universal reference, but the Chevy Chase's character's at the Hoover Dam, and he like picks at this thing on the wall, and it starts spraying out. So he plugs that hole, and then another hole starts spraying out, and then he plugs that hole and another hole, and he just like every hole you plug, there's just like another one opens up, and that's what it felt like a lot. It was like, okay, like east is chill. And then it was like, all right, well, all of our back garrisons are down, and we have no presence at 5 points anymore. And it's like, oh, okay. So then we turn around there, and then it would be like, oh, they're streaming in from the east. And, like, we just got flares going everywhere. So, like, there's no secrets about anything with the stupid flares that you have. So you can see exactly where everybody is. It's just like, all right, like, we're going back east. And then everybody goes east, and then it's like, all right, now shit's got to go west.
One great play I did see from Helios was the AT gun that got set up behind the 76 push that completely stalled out the law firm from pushing over from hockey sticks into 5 points. That was a phenomenal play by those guys.
I don't even know anything about that. Like, I vaguely know that it happened. I'll take your word for it and say, yeah, I'm sure it was a great play by those players. I don't know what, like, you guys can probably tell me better because I'm focused on doing what I'm doing, but they had like 3 tanks on that northwest hill at one point, and then they all died, and I don't really even understand how they died. I know that was part of it for sure, but it seems like they all went down pretty quick, and then we weren't really able to capitalize on anything there.
Yeah,
yeah.
one of them got taken down by an AT gun that was set up in the TLF, their zone basically, near cattle sheds. It actually had a view on all three of the heavy tanks. It just unfortunately it couldn't get the second one down in time before it reacted to kill it. And then one of the infantry players, it could have been Ginger. He was all over those tanks today. It could have been him, came up with a satchel, cleared out the second one, and I think the third one got hit maybe by one of the tanks and just had to dip out and go hide for a little bit. They went down very, very quickly from that area. But I think the problem is when it goes down quickly, you probably don't know what to do in that situation. You know, do you trust that they're down and you've got free reign, or do you have to kind of sit back a little bit? That's definitely going to be a tricky one. But guys, I really do appreciate you hopping in for a little chat at the end. I'm going to be honest with you. It's 13 minutes to 1 and my voice is starting to go. I would like to go to bed, basically. So I'm going to call it here. I really appreciate having you guys hop in at the end here, Mr. Nitro and Wix. Really, really appreciate it. And Honey Badger and TT, I really appreciate you two hopping in as well for the co-cast of this game and carrying me through it. Really appreciate it. And I thank everyone that's been watching today as well. We're at 69 viewers right now. Nice. So guys,
nice.
I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all again next time.